How's it going, YouTube? Dallasboi here, back in with another Pokemon Showdown battle. Today's matchup is going to be against Lumberry. We were pitted against each other in a tournament in the OU room on Pokemon Showdown. And this one was actually the semi-final match. To be honest, I didn't really expect to make it as far as I did in this tournament. But I'm actually quite grateful for how far I got and whatnot. But anyways, looking at teams, I'm looking at that Gyarados, and that thing can hit most of my, or a lot of my team for super effective damage. Or practically everything for super effective damage, actually looking at it. So that is one thing I really need to be wary of. And Monson can hit that thing for super effective damage. Our Rotom Wash, Landorus Rotom Wash and Landorus, I can hit that thing for super effective damage. And get rid of Heatran and Metagross pretty much lays a massive dent in this team, so keep Landorus, Therian, Rotom Wash, and Metagross alive, and I should probably be okay with this match. So, hope you guys enjoyed this battle, and let's get this show on the road. So, he's going to be leading off with the Skarmory, and I have to lead with my Rotom Wash. And knowing that the Skarmory's going to be switching out in turn 1, I'm just going to click Volt Switch and get a little bit of momentum on my side. And since he switched out into Clefable, I know my Metagross can definitely threaten that, and pretty much baiting his Heatran, so I'm going to go into that and then double out into my Dugtrio, trapping that Heatran, and getting rid of one of the biggest threats to my Metagross and my Talonflame for that matter. But unfortunately for me, I will be taking damage from that Heatran, since it is a Scarf variant, which hit me with HP Ice, but Earthquake takes that out. Out comes the Skarmory, and we both exchange Stealth Rocks. I go for reversal here, and that could have potentially been a pretty risky move, seeing if he went for Spikes. He could have set up on me, and he would have gotten a whole bunch of hazards up. But instead he goes for the Whirlwind, and actually drags out my Metagross. And seeing that he went for the Whirlwind there, he might go for it again. So here I'm just going to be sending out my Dugtrio as Death Fodder, as he is going to be firing off that Whirlwind. And here I actually get a free switch into my Rotom Wash, so I can threaten that thing out, go for a Volt Switch, and pretty much do this whole shindig again. And once again he does go on into his Clefable, and I'm just going to send out Metagross. Mega Evolve, and something is going to get bought since that Heatran is gone. It ends up being his Clefable, and that thing is pretty much out of the way. It wasn't going to be doing too much to my team as it was, except for maybe Latios. But, so he pretty much felt it was the most expendable. But now up comes Gyarados. I'm going to be switching on to my Landorus Searing here, because I pretty much know that it's not going to it's not going to Waterfall, and Earthquake is the better option from Metagross, but there he just goes for Dragon Dance to get up a bit of speed. And here I'm just going to be U-turning out, getting a little bit of momentum. And here I kind of had to choose what I wanted to take a hit. I could have gone out in the Rotom, but I kind of needed that to an extent for Skarmory and maybe burn the Dragonite. And Talonflame, that Gyarados is going about there. And if he sets him another Dragon Dance, I could potentially KO him with Brave Bird. So, and Talonflame outside of Skarmory isn't going to be doing too much. So I'm just going to be going out into my Talonflame as fodder, as he does wind up going for the Waterfall. And here I can just send up my Landorus Searing once more and possibly try to revenge kill it with something, but I'm just going to go for a U-turn knowing that he's going to be switching out into something. And that something is this Skarmory. And once again, I'm going to be sending out my Rotom. And the previous 2 times he switched out into something else to take a Volt Switch. Here he doesn't have too much to take a Volt Switch, so and Skarmory is appearing to be a bit useless. So he's going to be leaving in Skarmory as Death Fodder, as it winds up lifting the Volt Switch with 3% of health left. And it's going to be getting rid of the hazards that were once set up. And now I can just go for the HP fire with Latios and take up this armory. I didn't go for the Draco there because I needed to do something with it. And that something is this Mew. I definitely needed some extra damage on that thing. And it winds up with the Draco with 21%. And I wind up looking to knock off with 7%. And this actually helps me later on, as you will see. But there, I missed a Draco, and this immediately made Mew very, very annoying to deal with, and I have to play around it a little bit better. As now, the Mew is going to be going for the soft boiled, and the Mew that was once dead is pretty much back up and kicking at 83%. So, I'm going to be sending out my Rotom here to try to sponge whatever. The Knockoff Will-O-Wisp, I really don't mind it, as I can paint it up potentially and whatnot. And then Volt Switch. And here I have a little bit of a plan, which I did calc. If I send my Landers here, I did a calc and a combination of knockoff, or U-turn followed by knockoff. After I Death Fodder off my Latios tier, will be able to take out the Mew from the range of HP it will be at. So, like I said, I will be sacrificing my Latios to the Mew's Will-O-Wisp to get a nice switch into my Landers Styrian, go for the knockoff, and take out this Mew, which should have been dead a few turns ago. And now out comes Gyarados, and I kind of missed out here. I could have gone for a knockoff and taken out the Gyarados, but I just opted to play it safe, and I'll be sending Rotom in as Death Fodder so I can get a switch into my Landers Spore and pretty much lock myself into Scarf Stone Edge. I do go for the Stone Edge here, and that pretty much leaves the door open for Dragonite, which is Blast. But, like I said, I'm locking the Stone Edge, and I will be using that to break the Dragonite's multi-scale. Here, it winds up killing me with Outrage, and I can just send my Metagross in for the Ice Punch kill and win the game with a 1-0. So, after that, I pretty much moved on to the finals. And my opponent, I believe, if memory serves, was unbelievable. BOE, like, playing, I think. But that matchup wasn't really good. He had team advantage, and I kind of played badly. I left in my Metagross and on a Heatran Lava Plume trying to anticipate some sort of switch. Then after Metagross died, I Impulse Clicked Landorus over to Trio, completely derping up on that one, and it kind of went downhill from there. But pretty much is what it is, and what you gotta do after you play badly in the game is just learn from your past mistakes, move on, and pretty much shake it off. So, anyways, good game, Lumberry, rate, comment, sub, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.